Football is an increasingly stylish sport, from the off-field tastes of the players to the on-field stylings of managers like Pep Guardiola and Maurizio Sarri. However, the kits could still use some work, and nowhere is it more apparent than at the World Cup. Despite having ungodly sums of money poured into research and development and designers, each cycle some absolute clangers of kits are unveiled. Let's take a trip down memory lane and marvel at some of the ugliest World Cup football kits. Number 10. Scotland 1986. Football shorts are quite often a plainer spectator to the main event of a football shirt, but keen to be contrarian as they so often are, the Scots made their shorts the main event in 1986. They somehow managed to fit a horizontal blue stripe onto a pair of shorts that were shorter than anybody in Mexico had previously seen or ever asked to see on 22 pasty Brits. The country was ultimately knocked out in the group stages, but the main goal was achieved. Get those pale thighs some sun. Number 9. England 2006. Minimalism can be a safe bet to a subtly stylish strip, and England's classic white on navy looks are about as simple as they come. But rather than be content with a subdued strip which would let the squad's eternally underperforming players do the talking, in 2006 England decided to wear what was essentially a white t-shirt with an incongruous collar made of unnecessarily techie fabric with what looked like a giant bloody gash on the right shoulder. It was supposed to look like St. George's Cross and also a star, and succeeded in neither department. Perhaps most damningly, it managed to make David Beckham look lame, the man who'd made faux hawks and white people cornrows cool. Number 8. Mexico 1998. Mexico's 1998 World Cup kit was pretty standard fare, featuring the classic El Tri colourway of a green shirt, white shorts and red socks. Except for the massive Aztec god print on the front of the shirt. Maybe not horrific on its own, but with the rest of the kit and details like squad number and logos, the whole thing was best described as deafeningly loud. The deity picture did bring them some luck though, until they were drawn against Germany in the round of 16. God can't help you there. Number 7. Cameroon 2002. Cameroon were clearly feeling very body confident going into the 2002 World Cup, or were planning on making the most of Japan and Korea's sun by going full guns out with a World Cup vest. The sleeveless number gained a lot of attention in the build-up to the tournament, until FIFA ruined the fun by telling them that they had to add sleeves. They did, adding black sleeves to an otherwise green shirt, making the whole thing look very forgettable. Number 6. South Korea 2002. Playing on home soil in 2002, you'd think the South Koreans would produce something memorable for their players to don for the occasion, but instead of a stylistically bold design, they went for a fluorescent salmon colour, which certainly caught the eye, but not really for any other reason than its fluorescence and the team making it to the semi-finals, which got it a lot of screen time in the process. Of course, I mock now, but Korea, like usual, were probably just ahead of the fashion curve, as many major clubs adopted the highlighter coloured away kits over the past few years. Number 5. West Germany 1990. The Berlin Wall had fallen when West Germany arrived at the 1990 World Cup, but their teal away jerseys with an Art Deco inspired pattern were almost an advertisement of what happens when Western free expression went wrong. But it must have done something for them, as they won the tournament that year in Italy. Clearly remembered fondly in the fatherland, Germany's away kit this year is inspired by that 1990s monstrosity, but now it can be seen as ironic, so expect to see it worn by football hipsters worldwide this summer. Number 4. USA 1994. Nothing screams born in the USA like some good old American denim. It was one of the country's main cultural exports throughout the 20th century, so why not make the USA's 1994 World Cup shirt look like the fabric? Or at least so I imagine the thinking went. It turned out there was a reason nobody had ever designed a football jersey to look like stonewashed jeans, and the misshapen white stars and red numbers really completed the look for what's quite possibly the most hideous World Cup kit of all time. It should also be noted that the USA was hosting the tournament. The World Cup tournament hosts played football in imitation denim. This is exactly why you can't have nice things, 90s America. Number 3. West Germany 1994. In its final international outing representing a divided nation, West Germany made it a memorable one in 1994 with a shirt and short combo that featured what appeared to be a dead phoenix draped around the white shirt's shoulders and the right short leg. If you think this looks bad though, wait till you see the away shirt for the same competition, which featured the same hideous design but on a teal number instead, which just went so much better. Still, at least no Art Deco this time. Just stick to the minimalist white strips, Germany, then there's nothing to distract from the ruthlessly competitive machine that you are. Number 2. Nigeria, 1994. Why the 90s were home to such terrible style choices is a subject for a whole different YouTube channel, but the away strips that Nigeria wore to the 1994 World Cup were louder than any noise the fans could make. Yes, they were supposedly a nod to local fabric, which is sweet, but from distance on a football kit, the players looked like they were plastered with US dollar bills, and we all know how tasteful money suits are. This year's strip more than makes up for it though, as the Super Eagles have possibly the outfit of the tournament with their new Nike number that was unveiled to an adoring world earlier this year. Number 1. Belgium 2018. This year's Belgium squad is one of the most exciting in the tournament, with the likes of prime form Kevin De Bruyne, Eden Hazard and Thibaut Courtois set to take the field for them in Russia. And they will be wearing Argyle, the pattern of golfers. Not even cool new golfers, like old stodgy golfers. Apparently the yellow and red pattern design is a throwback to the team's 1984 kit, according to Adidas, which boasts some of the most stylish athletes and influencers in the world as part of its brand. But no matter how well intentioned it may be, it's still Argyle, and the strip manages to look simultaneously more casual and stuffy than every other kit that the sportswear manufacturer has produced for this year's World Cup. Yuck. Did we miss any? What's your least favourite World Cup kit and which one do you dislike most from this year's batch and why? Let us know in the comments below, along with what other videos you'd like to see, and don't forget to like this one if you liked it and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any. I'm Lloyd Mallison and I'll see you next time.